Hello everybody, my name is Apotic and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about this new update that they added to Minecraft, which, in my opinion, I think it's really good. It's a really big update that adds new things, and this new one that they added recently was this type of dungeon thing that has these new loot crates, these new mobs called breezes, and I'm pretty sure it gives you a breeze charge or a wind charge or whatever. Where, well, we already have fire charges, so now we have wind charges, which is actually really interesting. And breezes shoot out these wind charges, like how blazes shoot out fire charges, but they actually drop the wind charges. Now, we'll talk about that one later in the video, but right now we're going to be talking about the new dungeons. These new dungeons are made out of copper, and I'm telling you, this has to be probably one of the best updates they added to the game recently, since there's now a loot crate in there where basically you can get this key, and right clicking one of these loot crates with the key, you open it and it'll have this loot box effect where items will drop out of it, which is actually really unique for Minecraft, and I didn't think they would add this anytime soon. And I'm just thinking, you know what, Minecraft actually is getting better with these updates. But now let's get to the breezes, or these wind charges. Basically, breezes are these wind type mobs, which after you kill them, I'm pretty sure they drop 1 to 3 of these wind charges. And these probably have to be one of the best mobility items in the game. And especially if you pair it with an elytra, it's insanely OP. Basically, how this works is that you use the wind charge or the breeze charge or whatever, and right clicking it on the ground while jumping will allow you to jump up to 15 blocks, I'm pretty sure. Which, 15 blocks is a lot. Pair that with an elytra and you have a good source of travel right there. This is also really good for, map makers, because map makers can now make it so that, instead of doing this, whatever, you can use a wind charge or breeze charge. Jump up, and after you use this, as long as you don't fall more blocks than you started off with, you don't take any fall damage. So map makers can use this to, say like, oh yeah, jump across this. So someone could go, right? Sit on a pressure plate, and they'll get teleported and given a wind charge or a breeze charge. And they're gonna have to make a certain gap block. And they do this with the breeze charge, and it's actually really good. And these things also can activate buttons. So what you can do with this is have some sort of ranged button thing where basically, let's say you're running from something and you can throw this. Boom. It goes up. And also these breezes are, basically it has a thing where if they're deflected, they move slower. So basically you can have this thing where they keep on getting deflected by something. And as they're being deflected, they are moving slower and slower until they just stop moving in general. Which I feel like is actually a really good thing to add, because this makes it it just makes it better for movement, simply because, we'll have clocks based off of this. And the thing is, you can also do a lot of redstone stuff with this. So let's say you have a piston and some sort of, block that you want to throw out. Basically, you can get a piston, a slime block, and then get a button. And if you throw a wind charge at this button, then it'll start the machine from a range. This would be very good for some sort of gambling machine where someone can put their items into a chest and you click a button with the wind charge, so they don't have to actually get close to the button. And this is also really good for a lot of, PvP mechanics. So let's say you're finding someone and you want to trick them really quickly. You can, time it so that you can only go up like 7 blocks or 3 blocks or something like that. Some random number that's not too high, but not too, low either. And it'll be harder for your opponent to hit you, since they'll have to find you first. And, this just has a lot of opportunities. Now let's get into one of my favorite parts of the update, which is the new commands. I'm pretty sure they added the /tick command in this version, or they might have added it in 1.20. I can't tell 100%, but basically, you can now freeze time essentially. So, everything in the game is frozen. Before you could do this with something like tasks, where whenever you froze the game, you could do stuff, but it also froze you or slowed you down as well. So adding this, I feel like would make it just a whole lot more interesting in something like builds. You can also do some cool tricks like freezing time. Then what we have is a creeper. You can go in creative mode. You can shoot a bunch of arrows at it, throw a bunch of potions, light a bunch of TNT. There's a lot of things you could do with this, and I just feel like, hey, maybe, just maybe, people could be doing this in maps, which I don't know how they do it in maps, maybe like slow motion maps where they slow the game down by like half, and you're gonna have to do everything in two, or like half the speed. But this has so much potential in this new update, which I just feel like, it could be very good. And if you made it this far into the video, why don't you like and subscribe? I really appreciate it. Anyways, now let's get back to the ticks. Combining the ticks with this freeze function, not freeze, breeze, these breeze charges and these tick commands, doing this could give a whole new, thing with map makers. Like, I feel like the people who benefit the most from this update are map makers. And I like a lot of maps. I like a lot of custom parkour maps. I like all these things, and this item is incorporated into everyday use. You can use it for PvP, parkour, elytras, anything really. And I just think, maybe Mojang is on the right track, because all these recent updates, they've been pretty big. The Nether update was probably my favorite update. Then there's Caves and Cliffs. There's the Wild update with the Warden, all that. They added, what did they add in 1.20? They updated something. That might have been the Wild update. But like all these new things that they're adding, I feel like Minecraft has progressed a lot recently. Because the old updates didn't really add anything. I feel like it just set like a base. Because like Minecraft 1.15 is like a base for everything else. Like after that is going to be the bigger updates. And Minecraft updates are coming out like yearly now, with active snapshots coming out, and I'm just thinking, man, these updates are going to be coming out faster, even better. So put in the comment section what you predict will be in the next Minecraft update. I hope at least they're going to update the end, because the end needs just some sort of update, because it's so boring just to get an elytra from the end. Like, that's all you do in the end. Get an elytra, maybe make an enderman farm, and then boom, there's no reason to be in there. Anyways, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.